Yes.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
If you could burn it out like a tick buried in your hide, if you could tear it out.
Good morning, Lieutenant Tully.
Good morning.
You indicated that on direct examination this morning that you didn't seek a search warrant for 34 Fairview, the interior of 34 Fairview, correct?
Yes.
To your knowledge, nobody under your supervision sought such a search warrant either, correct?
Correct.
You explained that in your mind there was no probable cause to seek a search warrant for the interior of the home. Is that right?
Yes.
But you also admitted that you didn't seek consent, for which you don't have to have probable cause if you get consent, correct?
Correct.
You could ask me right now, hey, Alan, can I look at your cell phone? If I say sure, you do your thing, right?
I could.
But for a court to order that I hand over my cell phone, you got to get a search warrant, sign an affidavit, and get a court to agree with it, correct?
Yes.
You've applied for myriad search warrants in your career, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Very experienced, correct?
Supposedly.
And I expect that there have been circumstances, Lieutenant Tully, in which you sought a search warrant and the judge says, no, I don't think there's enough here, correct?
Yes.
You don't get in trouble for that, correct?
With whom? No.
With the court.
No.
Law. It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
You indicated that you did not believe that there was information sufficient that y'all had at the very initial stages of the investigation to seek a search warrant or to ask for consent, correct?
Yes.
But you did know the following. You were aware that John O'Keefe had been invited to a party inside a home, correct?
Yes.
You knew that that home was located at 34 Fairview.
Yes.
You also knew that John O'Keefe arrived at 34 Fairview, correct?
We believe so, yes.
You also knew at the time that he had been, for want of a better phrase, partying with the individuals who were inside the home, correct? Expected to meet at the house.
They were at a bar previous to that, yes.
You're aware that a drinking glass was found in the yard attendant to or close to, adjacent to where Mr. O'Keefe's body was found.
Yes.
That drinking glass had been broken, correct?
Yes.
You're aware that drinking glasses are commonly found inside homes, right?
As well as bars.
As well as bars, right? But at that point, you didn't know. It's just a broken glass, correct?
It's a broken glass, correct.
You also know that he was found without a coat on.
Yes.
Are coats normally worn outside or inside?
It's user's choice.
Fair enough. 18 degrees, you would expect that if someone was outside, they'd have a coat on, correct?
I'm the kind of person that wears shorts throughout the year. I'll often go without a jacket.
All right. The true Bostonian.
Yes, sir.
He didn't have any coat, gloves, scarf, nothing like that.
Correct.
He had no winter gear on whatsoever, correct?
Correct.
Under ordinary circumstances, and you may be the exception, but under ordinary circumstances, if someone was out in 18-degree weather, you might expect that they would have some winter garb on, correct?
Objection.
You certainly would expect that if someone took their coat, their glove, their hat, their winter gear off, you might leave it inside the house, right? Rather than outside the house.
Objection.
I'll let you answer that, Detective Lieutenant.
It's probably predicated on where you take it off.
Right.
And your relationship to the location.
Right. Reasonable assumption might be the winter gear might be inside the house.
Objection.
Is that a reasonable assumption, Detective Lieutenant?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's not reasonable that he would have his jacket inside the house? You wouldn't just assume that?
Well, using the term the house. You talking about any house? 34 Fairview?
Correct.
No, it's not reasonable.
All right. You didn't think it was reasonable at the time
Still don't.
to even ask. Could he have had a jacket off inside the house? At the time, the initial stages of the investigation.
Who am I asking this question to?
So I'm asking if you believe it was reasonable if a man is found 30 feet outside the front door of a home and he's got no winter gear on whatsoever, that perhaps he came from inside the home not having donned his winter gear.
Objection.
Can you answer that, Detective Lieutenant?
It's not reasonable, given other information I had.
You also know that he didn't have a shoe on, correct?
Yes.
Where might you look for the shoe if you didn't find it out by his body initially?
Well, the question's not accurate to the facts we had at the time.
You were also aware that, at least initially, it appeared from accounts that John O'Keefe may have been involved in a physical altercation, correct?
Possible.
As a matter of fact, that was reported by one of your subordinates, Yuri Buchanan, to the medical examiner's office, right?
As a possibility, yes.
As a possibility. And you're aware that your other subordinate, Trooper Proctor, according to certain information he had gotten from first responders, also believed that a physical altercation was possible, right? As well.
It was possible, yes.
Okay. You became aware of Brian Higgins, correct?
Yes.
That name was bantied about as a potential witness in the investigation, correct?
Yes.
And you're aware that Brian Higgins indicated that he saw a tall, dark-haired man enter the home after he arrived, correct?
I'm not aware of that.
And the reason you're not aware of it, Lieutenant Tully, is because nobody bothered to interview Brian Higgins until February 10th, right?
Objection.
So in that form that is sustained, ask it differently, Mr.
When was
Jackson.
Brian Higgins first interviewed?
February 7th?
7th, 10th?
To-
Yeah, in February, not January 29th, certainly.
Correct.
Although he was known to be inside the house, correct?
Yes.
So had you known that, had you had the information, for instance, that Brian Higgins admitted to having seen a tall, dark-haired man walk in the house, that might have changed the complexion of your investigation at that time.
Objection.
Can you answer that, Detective Lieutenant?
In the off chance that Mr. Higgins presumably had said something like that, I would certainly need more information.
Right. That would just be a normal part of the investigation. You just take evidence A and link it to evidence B to evidence C. That would be the normal way to do an investigation.
We would normally follow the evidence. Correct.
But in point of fact, nobody did. Did you obtain a copy of any video surveillance footage from Canton Police Department?
Yes.
If you can, tell me which footage you obtained and where. And there's several videos, Lieutenant, that it can be confusing. So if you could be as detailed as possible, explain what footage you gathered and when you gathered it.
Most recently, and the date escapes me, but it's within the last couple of months, I had contacted Chief Helena Rafferty of the Canton Police Department and asked her to burn another copy or create another copy of the Sallyport video during a certain time period on January 29th to ensure that the video that we had received previously was all of the records responsive to that request.
And you found out that the video that you received earlier was not, in fact, completely responsive because there was a video left out, right?
I didn't do a one-to-one comparison. I just had made the request.
Ultimately, you did receive a video of the interior of the Sallyport, correct?
Yes.
And can you tell me, did you look at that? Did you review that video?
Quickly, not the whole thing.
There's a very grainy dark of the interior, correct? You've seen that one?
Yes.
And that video is missing some pretty significant time frames throughout the video?
I didn't review the whole thing, but I'm aware of that video existing.
Fair enough. Then there's another video that's pretty clear. I'm asking you about the clear video. Did you make any note about anything unusual about that video?
No. But again, I didn't really review it.
You didn't review it with any detail?
Correct.
Did you make a note that that video was inverted?
I did not.
Did you make a note about the timestamp on the video either being correct and properly positioned or inverted?
No.
Did you give that video to Trooper Proctor?
I believe I gave it to Sergeant Buchanan.
Sergeant Buchanan? And then what did Sergeant Buchanan do with it?
Reviewed it.
Okay. Did Chief Rafferty give it to you on a thumb drive or a disc, or how was it physically provided?
I don't know. I didn't receive it. She dropped it off at the office. I remember a thumb drive.
You remember a thumb drive. All right. And then it's uploaded onto the system, and the case officer would have access to that system.
Yes.
Okay. And in this case, that would be Trooper Proctor.
Yes.
Did you notify Trooper Proctor reasonably quickly after you got notice that the video had been dropped off by Chief Rafferty?
I informed Sergeant Buchanan.
As you sit here, do you know if Sergeant Buchanan reasonably quickly informed Trooper Proctor that that video existed?
I don't know when or where that notification was made.
As you sit here now, you are aware that Trooper Proctor is aware of that video and had access to it?
Yes.
Okay. You indicated that you received additional video from Chief Rafferty once she dropped it off, you said within a couple of months.
Yeah. Additional that package. Yes.
What was the original Sallyport video that you received? In other words, what were you following up on?
What you had previously described as a grainy black minute-ish video.
Okay, and so just to be clear, close that loop. When did you receive that video, if you can tell us?
Which one, the grainy
The
one?
grainy one.
Earlier in the investigation.
A year ago, 2 years ago?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you believe it was pretty early on in the investigation?
I don't recall.
Do you know what the mechanism was that you received that one? If Chief Rafferty is the one that gave over the clear video, how did you get the grainy video?
I don't know.
Was it you that received it, or do you believe that you commissioned Trooper Proctor to go get that video?
It would have been a task for Sergeant Buchanan or Trooper Proctor or someone else from the unit.
Yesterday, you testified that it's obviously your responsibility as not just the chief of the unit, but as the evidence officer to maintain and protect the integrity of the physical evidence that's found under your supervision, correct?
Yes.
You indicated that you took photographs of the items that were recovered on that initial search, and you took those photographs in place where they were found, correct?
Yes.
With the exception of one of the photos, you indicated that it had been moved by a shovel, and then you instructed the individual put it back down where it was found, and then that's the point at which you photographed it, correct?
Yes.
When we saw the photographs that you testified to, there was one piece of clear plastic that was photographed, right?
2.
Didn't the photograph have one sort of arc-shaped clear piece of plastic that you described as having did you say dimples or stippling?
Yes, I think I said dimples.
Okay. What was the second photo?
The next photo that was displayed was the second piece of clear plastic taillight.
So in fact, that would be 4 pieces of plastic.
Yes.
Okay. But yesterday you testified that you found 3 pieces of plastic, and in your report, you reported that you found 3 pieces of plastic, correct?
I didn't number the piece of plastic, if I recall my report correctly. I said we found clear plastic. And as I displayed out of the bag, there was 2 pieces of clear plastic that we...
There was only a photograph of 1,
No, there wasn't.
and your report says 3 total pieces of plastic, doesn't it?
No.
Let's take a look.
Jim, can I have those photographs from yesterday?
Lieutenant Tully, we were talking just before the break about the search on January 29th, 2022. Obviously, it's important to be accurate in terms of the memorialization of things that are found of note during a search, correct?
Yes.
And the way that you normally would memorialize something like that would be in a police report, correct?
That's one method, yes.
But ultimately, the circumstances surrounding how something was found or what was found at the time is best done in a memorialization in a police report, correct?
That is one method, yes.
And that is the official record of what was done at the time and who did it, correct?
Yes.
And you did, in fact, draft a police report as it pertains to the search that was done by the CERT team on January 29th, 2022.
Yes.
If you would take a look at the face page of that, is that the report that you wrote documenting the search that was conducted that you've testified to in front of this jury?
Yes.
Review that paragraph and tell me if that refreshes your recollection about exactly what you indicated was found by you and the CERT team on January 29th, 2022.
My recollection of what was located remains the same. I do see that the report states that it was a piece of clear plastic.
Okay. So, in fact, your report says that at approximately 17:45 hours, which is what time?
5:45 p.m.
The CERT team located, quote, a piece of red plastic, correct?
Yes.
And then it goes on to say it was consistent with brake-like material from a motor vehicle, right?
Yes.
Then if you look down a couple of other sentences, you talk about the shoe that was then recovered, correct?
Yes.
Then if you look at the second to the last sentence, a few feet south from the sneaker, a piece of clear plastic consistent with clear lens of a motor vehicle was located, correct?
Yes.
It reads, a few feet south from the sneaker, a piece of clear plastic.
That's not what it says. Would you like me to read it?
Well, I'm reading it. Sure, read it.
Okay. The sentence is several feet south of the clear plastic.
Lieutenant Tully.
Sorry.
Sentence above that. Before that.
A few feet south of the sneaker, a piece of clear plastic consistent with clear lens of a motor vehicle was located.
Right. So in your lexicon, a piece means singular, does it not?
Yes,
If you meant pieces, you would have written pieces. You're educated, correct?
allegedly.
So clearly, from this report that was memorialized on February 10th, you indicated that a piece of clear plastic was located consistent with clear lens from a motor vehicle, right?
That's what it says.
Okay. Then, well, it's not just what it says, it's what you wrote.
Correct.
Correct. Then the next sentence, which is the sentence you were about to read, go ahead and read that for me as well.
Several feet south of the clear plastic, a second piece of red plastic was located.
Okay. Simple math. According to your report on February 10th, a piece of red plastic was found first. Then a piece of clear plastic was found. Then a piece of red plastic was found thereafter, correct? According to that report.
Yes,
Then you go on in the following paragraph to reiterate, just to clear up any doubt about what was found. And the last sentence reads, the sneaker and 3 pieces of plastic were secured as evidence, correct?
Objection.
It's the overruled. I don't know. What's the objection?
Form.
I'll allow it.
Is that what it says?
yes,
Okay. Then yesterday, you were asked to open these 2 evidence envelopes. You indicated yesterday in front of the jury, you didn't indicate, you pulled out 2 pieces of clear plastic, did you not?
I did.
Can you please open bag 570?
I didn't bring gloves with me, Your Honor.
I think there might be some on the stand
Oh,
there.
thank you,
inside
Your Honor.
that.
570, the description is pieces of red, hard plastic taillight cover contained inside this bag.
Look down in there and tell me, do you see red plastic pieces?
Yes,
Okay. Yesterday, you pulled out 2 pieces and indicated that was what was contained in the bag, correct?
correct.
Take another closer look.
As I take a closer look, there are 2 pieces and there is a very small fragment that remains in the bag.
Can you pull that fragment out? Can you show that to the jury? Okay. So in total, Lieutenant Tully, how many pieces of red plastic are in that evidence bag?
As we sit here today, there are 3.
Thank you. The next bag is in 571. Please open that. Let's get to the same plastic. Look inside and tell us what you see.
Inside 571, there are 2 pieces of clear plastic.
There's 5 pieces of plastic. 3 red, 2 clear, correct?
As we sit here today, yes.
My question, Lieutenant Tully, is where did the other pieces of plastic come from?
Be more specific? Which pieces?
Where did the extra 2 pieces of plastic come from in those evidence bags?
Well, it appears to me that small fragment I pulled out may have potentially come from the larger piece. The other,
Just to clear that up, you believe, as you sit here, that smaller piece was broken off from one of the larger pieces?
again, I'm making a big assumption here at your request.
Okay?
So, yeah, that's what it appears to me by looking in the bag.
And by the way, Lieutenant, this isn't a trick question. I'm not asking you to assume anything. You were there, and you recovered the pieces, and you described recovering 3 items of evidence, correct?
No,
Didn't you just read in your report? I'll read it again. Last sentence: the sneaker and 3 pieces of plastic were secured as evidence.
that's 4. That's 4.
Sorry, I said items of evidence. Items of plastic. Let's leave the sneaker out of our discussion for the time being.
Okay.
You were the one that conducted the search, correct?
The SIRT team conducted the search. I was present.
Memorialized the search.
Yes,
You were there photographing the things that were covered in the search,
yes,
and ultimately you were responsible for bagging those items up, correct?
yes,
There are 5 items in that bag, or in those 2 bags, right? Just the plastic.
correct.
And yet your report very clearly says there were 3 items of plastic evidence recovered at the scene, correct?
Yes.
So my question, once again, is where did the extra 2 items come from? The pieces of plastic.
Well, as memorialized on the bag, it says pieces of clear plastic. So I will take the hit that my report does not properly memorialize it. But I would argue that the handwritten notes on the bag that are contemporaneous to the collection of the evidence would be more accurate, as is in my memory of two clear plastic things being collected. Now, as to the third piece, again, I'm making an assumption, but it appears that that is a small piece that was separated from the other two pieces.
Just a guess on your part, right?
It's a guess. The bags were, out of our custody at the crime lab for a period of time. They had done an analysis. We did an evidence review with yourself, and other defense counsel on December 1st of last year. We pulled all the evidence out. It was memorialized by your investigator, and it was put back in the bags.
You didn't see our investigator snapping pieces off the plastic, right?
He did not.
You got information during the course of your investigation that eyewitnesses, or an eyewitness, placed a Ford Edge in front of 34 Fairview in the early morning hours of January 29, 2022, correct?
I'm familiar with that.
As the supervising investigator, by the way, you were familiar with the fact that the eyewitness indicated that the Ford Edge was placed there sometime between 2:30 in the morning and 3:30 in the morning, correct?
I'm familiar with that.
All right. As the supervising investigator, did you do anything to investigate the circumstances of that Ford Edge being placed in front of 34 Fairview sometime between 2:30 and 3:30 in the morning?
Yes.
What did you do?
Well, we determined the veracity of that statement, and we want to make sure that the person who gave it is consistent and accurate and had a good vantage point of it. I have concerns about...
By the way,
Oh,
were you satisfied with that?
no.
Why not?
Well, the person has given the statement multiple times, and it appears to have changed over those times. It also appears that the person observed this vehicle from a distance, and also the identification of a Ford Edge seemed highly suggestive the way that I had read the account of it. If I had done that as a police officer, this court would throw out that identification.
So, did you find out anybody in the Albert family, for instance, on the Ford Edge?
I don't recall off the top of my head if somebody...
Did you look at automobile registration records?
I did not know.
Did you task anybody else to look at automobile registration records?
I believe Trooper Proctor and Sergeant Mechanic had investigated that.
And do you have any idea what that investigation revealed?
I don't.
Did the Alberts own the Ford Edge?
I don't know as I sit here.
They did own the Ford Edge, didn't they?
Objection.
So the objection is sustained.
But nothing was done further that you're aware of to investigate the circumstances of that Ford Edge being seen and placed in front of 34 Fairview, right where the body was found, between 2:30 and 3:30 in the morning, right?
An investigation into the reliability of that witness was conducted.
So you just decided, and that investigation, quotes, is, I didn't believe him, right?
No.
That's all I have.
Mr. Lally, anything?
Just briefly.
So as far as that last line of questioning, as far as the witness in the Ford Edge, you mentioned that there were several different stories, correct?
Yes.
Several different versions of the statement.
Yes.
And what were those different versions?
The first was that this person saw a Ford Edge in front of 34 Fairview. The next one that I can recall is that the person stated that they were not on Fairview, but on Cedar Crest, some distance away, looking at this vehicle in a blizzard. The person also self-reported that he was colorblind, and he was operating a larger motor vehicle. The third story was a concern about the time. The third story was, as he arrived, the Canton police had the street blocked off at about 4 a.m. and he places this Ford Edge outside the residence at a time before that. So we know through our investigation that the Canton police didn't arrive till shortly after 6 a.m., so the witnesses' times are off as well. As I read the report, the investigator had asked the person, first the question, they stated that there was a vehicle in front of 34 Fairview Road. The witness was then brought outside, and the investigator allegedly pointed to a motor vehicle that was in a parking lot, and it said, "Is that it?" And the witness said, "Yes, that's it." And so it's suggestive in the fact that it would be a single photo identification, which, as a police officer, I would not give somebody one thing and be suggestive, "Is this it?" Because as the courts have ruled, that's highly suggestive, and the person's more likely to adopt that description of whatever they're describing, opposed to if you use other methods.
Are you familiar at all with the camera system at the Canton Police Station?
Vaguely, yes.
As far as, do you know whether or not it's motion active?
The Canton IT director stated that it was.
So, the objections?
So let me ask you, are you aware that the cameras are motion active?
Objection.
As to format system,
What, if anything, are you aware as to how the cameras report?
Objection.
I'm going to allow it.
You can approach.
You are muted.
Now, Lieutenant, when it came to the Sally Port video, at some point you did review them to some extent.
Yes.
Now, with the course of your review, what, if anything, did you note in reference to time? Was it sort of one long consistent, or did it jump?
It jumped.
And based on that, what, if any, conclusions did you draw as to how that video recorded?
It appeared to be motion activated. As these jumps occurred, it appeared to be triggered by motion.
Thank you, sir. Nothing further, Your Honor.